Yeah, can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now. Okay. Damn, my microphone isn't working. Yeah, can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now. Shit. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm really sorry about that. Listen up, guys. Shoot, look like I need a new microphone. Uh, again, but yeah. Here's what I was saying. I was saying some really fly stuff, by the way. Yeah, listen, like it's been kind of an interesting 48 hours, and it's honestly is like if you are the kind that is kind of losing faith in our people, I don't blame you guys because shit, I'm losing faith too. I mean, shit. Um, I told y'all I had a Facebook group that I started out with first. Um, and I put a post in there today, and the post read, "Look, anybody I catch making fun of Kevin Samuel's death, you're out of the group." Now, the group ain't nearly what it was before in its 5 years of existence, but like that post got over 100 reacts, and a lot of people agreed. A lot of people decided to go ahead and try me. So I just eliminated them because I decided that I didn't need that kind of toxicity in the group. I mean, I do understand that we are a people that are seriously divided. And, is a lot of people blame Kevin Samuels for that divide, which is nothing but an excuse because before then it was Tommy Sotomayor, but for some reason it's always been black men. And you know, and I've even been told on many, many occasions on Facebook, not really on YouTube, because on YouTube I come up here and act like I got some goddamn sense that I'm causing a divide just by being honest with people when they ask me questions, which I don't understand because if you asking me a question, I can't possibly answer it the way you want me to answer it. I mean, it's not possible for me to do that because I have to give you the answer that is on my heart, you know. And really, I have to be brutally honest with y'all. If you ask me, does it appear that you have a weight problem and you weigh about 350 pounds? I'm not going to say you're beautiful. I'm not going to say yes. So let me give some shout outs real quick before I get started on this whole gender war assessment. Because a lot of people are like, well, don't get pulled into the gender war. Don't get involved in the gender war. There's a gender war going on. Oh my God. Black men should just, I even seen a post where a guy that said Kevin Samuels proved that you'll live longer if you don't argue with women. I'm like, you are a stupid motherfucker. Seriously. And see, that's a lot of where my problems come in because I tell people that you're a dumbass. The fuck out of here. So let me get some shout outs. Anthony Drosos was up. And he had to quickly explain to me, and no, Kev, I'm not the feds. Heck, I'm Canadian. All right. RPM, what's going on? Hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power. What's the dealio? It's like when the last time did they say what's the dealio? Yeah, I have a tendency to show my age. Afro Troop TV, what is up? What's up? Good to see y'all again. Shout out to the real ones. Indigenous TV was one of my favorite commenters. Yeah, what is up? What is up? Oh, look, black men being brutally honest came. Nah, I'm joking. I know that was lame. Uh, Open minded skeptic. What is up? Yeah. Uh, Shoot. Yeah, Indigenous TV. Uh, Says Kevin Samuel's death united the black manosphere for 48 hours. Enjoy it because it won't last. I resume my air raid campaign Monday. The saga continues. Yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good because I think a lot of us would agree that it is in poor taste to celebrate a man's death the way that the sisterhood and the beta simp revolution, or if you can call it a revolution, or beta simp submission squad has been celebrating this man's death. And seriously, every time I say something about it, I get called the usual. Man, you all in your feelings about this. You ain't even know this man. Yeah, I know I didn't know this man, but I'm a decent human being. So, American Negro, what's going on? Yeah, good to see all of you. And I'm gonna start out the way that I started out Thursday night. I was raised with respect by both parents. I was, and look, you have to be a dastardly motherfucker for me to celebrate your death. You have to be someone dastardly. Like, someone tried to justify to me earlier today. It's okay to celebrate someone's death, but slaves were happy when slave owners died. And I'm like, these are the little uneducated justifications that you're trying to give me. I'm like, dude, try again. Number one is 2022. None of us knew. None of us have ever met a slave owner. I mean, I don't know unless you met a Pookie, then his slave is his girl. But I ain't. We're not gonna talk like that tonight. But yeah, it was plenty of justifications for celebrating this man's death, and of course the usual content creators the usual content creators are celebrating, the man's death as well, especially like one that smokes crack. But here's what I started to do for my own mental health. Like I do support black people, black content creators, but yeah, what's going on, D Rock Dan? Thanks for tuning in. I just started unsubbing people. I don't expect everyone to have my perspective. I don't. I don't expect everyone to agree with everything that I say, but it's for my own mental health because see, here's the thing. When the cup runneth over, I just start responding to people. I start shouting people out. I start calling people out. And that was really going to take away from my original purpose for being here is to talk to you guys, to tell you that black men do deserve to have a platform where we're speaking out on certain things. And yes, it's long overdue. It's long overdue for all of us. That's why I say things like black men need to grow some nuts and start telling people what's on our fucking minds. I mean, we really need to start getting used to that. I'm already used to it, and I know the reactions that I will get for saying such. Because let me tell you something, it's a problem across the board. Our people don't like the truth. Only a certain select number of black men, and even less B dubs than that. So I want you guys to understand, and I want you guys, and that's just what I want. It doesn't matter at the end of the day because it's got to be what you want to. I want you to be assertive. I want you to be unapologetic in what you say because let me tell you something. No one really loves you like that. I mean, for tomorrow's going to be a reminder of one of the first ones that loved us. Well, that's just one person. And then in a month, the reminder of the second person. I mean, at least for me, because I had both parents. And then a lot of times, tomorrow ain't the case for a lot of people because we don't want to explore that part of the problem. Because I want to tell you a few things about how it's gotten to this point. I mean, because you know Men, in our instinct, we, as much as a lot of us don't want to admit it, we feel this need to protect the ones we love. But the thing is, you know, we, especially with myself being a father, and I know that a lot of you guys probably just don't want to hear that, oh, he's a father of a daughter or whatever. But my daughter, cool. You just ask me any day. People will say, "Hey, you know what? You have a daughter. Why you speak like this about B Dubs?" Which I'm not the harshest content creator at that. See, then I answer a question with a question. I'm like, "Well, do you have a daughter?" And sometimes people say yes, sometimes people say no. But for the ones that say yes, I was like, "Would you want your daughter to turn out to be like any of these B Dubs that you simping for?" And I got to tell you, 9.5 times out of 10, I do not get an answer. I do not get an answer because, like I said, going back to what I said before, our people don't like the truth. They don't. And then it was like, well, why would you want your? And then before they even get the question out of their mouth, nope, no, I don't want my daughter to be like any of these. Hell no. I don't want my daughter to be like a woman that has 3 kids by 4 guys. Well, that's an exaggeration. I don't want my daughter to sit up there and act like a bitch all over social media, taking everything personal. If it's true, it's true. I don't want her to feel like that she has to put herself in another person's shoes just because they have a vagina. I don't want her to have shameful and disgraceful behavior, and I'm not afraid to admit that at all. But a lot of the times, we as a group of men, we our teacher mostly was our mother in our early lives. And it's not because this whole bullshit like, oh, black fathers ain't there. No, it's because our black fathers were somewhere working while our mother was nursing and nurturing us at the house. So so this whole thing about, fathers not being there, I really wish that a lot of these moms would be more honest and more truthful about it. It ain't always the guy who goes to the gas station for a pack of cigarettes and doesn't come home. Niggas be watching too much TV. But even with a lot of present fathers and a lot of grandfathers, a lot of boomer dads, silent generation granddads who were there, they would always tell you, they always had this little thought process to teach you to be a gentleman, um, open doors for ladies, uh, taking off your coat and laying it on puddles. And it's like, except for I ain't taking off my coat and laying it on puddles. I open doors. I do stuff like that. I treat the women around me with respect. I protect the women that are closest to me. I do. And, I take that upon myself because if I'm not there to protect them, who will? But strangers, nah, they don't get that distinguishment. They need to find a man to be under. But like from the time that I started liking girls, and as for many of us, we always get this advice that if we want that girl that we had a crush on, or if we wanted to do good in the dating world, that we had to step our game up and we had to, you know, we had to dress sharp, we had to look sharp, we had to act a certain way, uh, you know, and not look, not to make a shameless plug or anything, but I mean, a lot of these things were actually being said by Kevin Samuels, just basic gentleman man etiquette. Basically, we had to do everything. We had to do everything. We had to do 90 and they had to do 10. All basically they had to do was show up, you know. But in comes these feminist values and narratives, and here we are now. We we are taught that if we are disrespected, if we are, say, if they curse us out, that we basically had to put up with it, no matter how indignifying it was. We had to uh, suck it up, basically, because if we showed any reaction or any emotion, then we were looked upon as like, we were looked upon as we like back then. They didn't say in our feelings, but in that context, be a man. Stop acting. Excuse me. Stop being sensitive or whatever. I mean, no matter how disrespectful she was, you even saw TV shows where a dude would get slapped by a female or had a drink thrown on him or anything, and all his friends would crowd around him like, "Ooh, oh my god!" So, what's kind of happening today is in that same context, except for you got internet, and it's far more disrespectful than what it was back then. They'll call you all kinds of sissies. Who hurt you? You must be gay. And guess what? You got to sit there and take it on the chin. No reaction, no response. You basically had to take the disrespect and earn their respect. And if you didn't take the disrespect, then you were admonished, you were ostracized. But if they never gave you respect or didn't return the respect you gave them, it was because you didn't earn it. And I get it. You shouldn't be like, and then they'll start telling you, as a man, you're not supposed to do this. As a man, you're not supposed to do that. But never you ever witness a female being told that you're not supposed to treat a man like this. You're supposed to treat a man like that. Now, is that bad with females you knew and females you were local to? Now, on the internet, females you don't even know will disrespect you all kinds of ways simply for not agreeing with the philosophy or perspective. And that's pretty sad because, I mean, why? Why? So, the whole gender war thing, the people started really saying gender war when black men started responding to everything that black women were saying. Because, you hear it repeatedly, you hear it on broadcast after broadcast within the space that y'all had all those years, and y'all, all these talk shows, and and all these newspapers, and every time you were given a platform, y'all would just go in on black men. Y'all took this fatherlessness narrative and you ran with it, and blah blah blah. Yeah, and the guys say that because it's true. is true. And I'm not sitting up here trying to get you guys to uh, trying to gas you up or trying to incite you to dislike women because you guys can see that shit for yourselves. Because one thing that I knew that was very significant is never ever a gender war. Is never ever a gender war until black men started saying stuff. Now one thing I did notice when there's overwhelming evidence that it's the women that's provoking the thing and pushing it, then is all of a sudden all this "we are the world" crap. Oh man, I just wish black men and B Dubs would just get together and just talk it out. We need to stop this. And I'd be like, no, we don't. No, we don't. We need to start having these tough conversations. All y'all want to do is gender bang and gender war. Now, I said that plenty of times that it's not a gender war. It's a war of ideas. But after Kevin Samuel's death, which a death that has definitely had impact like I've never seen. I mean, and it's likened to social media because this guy was very huge on social media. He had parody on Instagram and YouTube. The man had over 1 million followers on Instagram and over 1 million subs on Facebook. And then you have all this tasteless celebration. They just, oh man, I'm gonna dance on his grave. I'm gonna piss on his grave. I'm gonna make a drill video. And now y'all heard the latest rumor, right? That supposedly that woman that he died with was a transformer. I was like, look. Oh my God. You just won't stop. They just won't quit. They just won't quit. All because we don't, all because we as a people collectively do not like the truth. We can't stand the truth. We can't. As a people, we just cannot. But you have to understand, and the more sensitive gender are the females. And I have to tell you, as a man, I don't really like being called sensitive. I mean, look, black men, we do have feelings, but being called sensitive is sort of dejecting. It really is because being called sensitive means that, we're supposed to take your shit, that we just react to everything. And the fact of the matter is, maybe we are because we have had two generations of men that basically did not say shit to these women when they were being mistreated. Said nothing. Said nothing. And all it is words. All it is words. That's it. You're mad, a bunch of people that are mad at words. So because of that, it's a gender war. What they used to call back in the day a battle of the sexes. Yeah, when it was white folks, it was called the battle of the sexes. Now that it is us, it's called a gender war. And the only reason why it's called a gender war, and I reinforce this with you guys, is because black men start responding to the vitriol from the women. These men ain't shit. They can't even be there for their kids. And the response we would get is, well, you shouldn't have procreated in the back seat of a car. You should have had a home established. You should have made sure that you were in love with the guy and the guy was in love with you. Or, the big one, marry before you carry. And you're mad because we say that kind of thing. Now, I do admit there are a few guys that go a little bit far and go above and beyond. And even guys like us in the space, in the black manosphere, we call those guys weirdos. We call them, they're weird. Those guys, nah, those guys are more likely to, and I'm not going to even say shoot up a place. They're probably more than likely to smack a bitch at the drop of a hat. But, it's not it's it's not that numerous. It's not like that. It's not worth a slander campaign. For those of us who's trying to make sense of all this. A lot of guys actually come to this space with good intent to try to figure this thing out and to see what's wrong with our people. Some of these guys come to the space to actually try to shut the men up. But then the second they slip up and do something, then they're the ones being attacked. I've seen that a couple times. Men will simp, 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 simp. Love our black queens. And the second they try to tell any kind of hint of any truth, they are attacked. Can she thick? But can she thick? Yeah, man. I've heard excuses like that coming from dudes when I get disrespected. You still fuck her, wouldn't you? I mean, that doesn't fucking matter. You know how many women that I've been 1,000% truthful with that I was still able to fuck? All I'm saying is this, man. The well runneth dry. The cup runneth over. It's about time black men stop taking the disrespect. It really is. Or stop being gaslighted into taking the disrespect from other men. Because, listen up, to call it a gender war would be an unfair assessment. But if we had to call it a gender war, who perpetuates it? Who keeps it going? I see more black men trying to mend fences than black women. I really do. And that is the God honest truth. And a lot of the black females that say things, they're few and far between. And a lot of that is because every time they do try to hold sisters accountable, they are attacked. So let me get back to this post I made. Some guy tried to tell me that, like, I basically did a group purge. And some of you guys, I wish I could show y'all this group on Facebook. It's not as popping as it used to be, because what really happened was all of the Kevin Samuels Facebook groups started to like take the Facebook scene, and you really should see them. You really ought to see what they're saying in there. But in my group, one female even started going in on Kevin Samuels' mother. He going in on black women and his mother looked like this. You know what I did? Banned her from the group. Man, I kicked about 20 people out today. And it wasn't just females, it was guys too. One guy looked like shit. Like, because, before I do it, I look at profiles. Now, profiles are very public. And, I feel like I have a right to know who's in my group. So I'll look at these profiles. These guys are scraggly looking dudes, crackhead looking motherfuckers. Ooh, crackhead. Think about that for a second. Because your average simp is like a fucked up looking little character, looking like one of the Keebler L's with some height on them. And the women, there were a couple that were halfway cute, but most of them were like booger wolves. Like seriously, the one that was talking about Kevin Samuel's mother. She looked like Smaug the dragon from the Hobbits, movies. Remember that motherfucker? I said, look at Smaug here. You're out of the group. And I mean, like, but then, people will tell me that I'm in my feelings and uh, I feel like that's the only measure of power I have in my life, the only control I have in my life. And I was like, no and yes. Yes, it's my Facebook group. I will put kick your ass out if I feel like it. Just like they'll kick me off Facebook if they feel like it. It's just like they'll they'll kick me off YouTube if they feel like it. It's life. That's what it is. If people don't want you around, shit, they're not gonna have you around. So I don't want you guys around because you're some tasteless pieces of shit. Kevin Samuels hurt you that bad? Cause and I gotta tell you, I told them guys a long time ago. I put some pictures up, and I googled some pics, and I put up like at least three fine ass females, and I said just like this: the females that's mad with the stuff that we're saying don't look like this. They don't. And you know what? That sentiment was expressed today. They were like, "Well, feminine and friendly females aren't the ones that are upset. They're not the ones making fun of a man's death." And that's sad, but it's true. But see, these same women have been plaguing the group for years. Post after post after post about black men. Post after post. I actually started out at that post like recognizing the excellence of black people. Tried to use it as a networking piece for black people to get together, because the group grew pretty fast. But you got these B dubs that'll do anything for fucking attention. So what they did, they trolled the group. Black men ain't shit, blah blah blah. Like I said, you had that couple of weirdos. You had about those two or three weirdos that were in the group that were making posts about black women, which they eventually purged themselves because guys like that had an agenda. Instead of acting on the greater good, they wanted to be superstars on their own. Hence the HNIC complex. But what I try to get those guys to realize is every time you do a post like this, you're bringing heat on the collective. But at the end of the day, what could I say to them? Because as many posts as they made, it was 10 times the post shitting on black men coming from B dubs. 10 times. And one thing I noticed, they were always single mothers. One girl was so toxic with it, and I just let her go. But then she told on herself one day. She said she had three baby daddies. Hmm. So basically, I told her that you're triggered because you're the kind of female these guys are talking about. Because, like I said, the fit, feminine, friendly, peaceful, nice females aren't saying anything. Or you had a couple that was on that feminist crap. You had a couple that was on that feminist crap that were kind of cute, I would say, that felt that female loyalty. Because let me tell you something. A B dub at the end of the day will be loyal to someone else with a pussy. Sorry, I have to break it to you like that. Not all of them are gonna do. Not all of them are gonna agree with you. But like I said, you should see how a lot of these women looking like cherry snowmen. I mean, proportionate to a snowman. If they cover themselves in snow, they look like Frosty. I'm telling you, man. I mean, seriously. But then got the nerve and audacity to pull up on me like it's my fault they feel the way they feel, or it's my fault that their lives are so fucking shitty. Now, I wasn't trying to shame them. I was just being brutally honest. Oh, they are, and then like this is why I don't really care about being called too many names. I really don't. You can call me ugly all day. You can say I look like a monkey all day. I mean, for real, I've been told everything, and I tell brothers, look, you're gonna be ugly to these sisters whether you like it or not, because that's exactly how they roll. You know, some things that you're not, some things you're just not going to be able to control. But you do have a right to speak, and you do have a right to respond. I don't care what any of them bitches say. I don't care what any of these simps say. I just wouldn't try to shame them because I'll tell you myself, shaming them doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So let me see. Let me see. Let me go through some of these comments. So I got 38 likes. Hitman J. They act like Kevin was their baby daddy and owed them something. I mean, shit. I could have swore. Indigenous TV. I mean, B Dubs are wicked as the devil himself. Yeah, man. I mean, wicked and lack empathy. And the reason why is because they feel like they're supposed to not be, they're supposed to be that way. South Park 2K1. I don't remember brothers making fun of Bell Hooks when she passed away last year. And she believed the Central Park Five were guilty. That was a point that I brought up last broadcast on Thursday. That none of the brothers celebrated Bell Hooks. We didn't. There was a brother that actually was spreading a lie on Facebook saying that black men laughed at the deaths of Sandra Bland, Corin Gaines, and Kanika Jenkins. And I immediately said, "You're a fucking lie." It's one thing for it to be true, but it's another thing for it to be a lie. And he was just saying it for the benefit of these sisters that just don't like black men. D Rock did. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Peter Frank said, "Why can't you shame them? Why? Because they don't respect y'all and you Gen X refuse, just refuse to abandon the Blake B Dub. I I mean, let me tell you something. A lot has. A lot of guys have given up. And if you don't understand why they haven't given up, look at the internet. Look at what has been going on with Kevin Samuel's death. RPM. I've dropped every receipt I had on black women, STDs, and abortions yesterday. They have been coming from my head simply for agreeing with Kevin. Let them tell it. Kevin was Hitler himself. Man, I don't see Adolf Hitler getting this much hate. I don't see Hybrid Catastrophic said they probably look like Ving Rhames looking woman that started the Me Too movement. No, she looks like KIS1. I would show you a picture of a woman who hates black men who actually looks like Ving Rhames. I mean, for real, look like a light skinned Ving Rhames. I mean, shit on the brothers all the damn time because they want to be a part of this gender war. Well, I tell you the motherfucking truth. K Dot at Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Check out Jacob Mason, White Men's Love for Natural Black Women and Pro Black Simps. You know what? I probably could make an assessment on why somebody would say that white men love for natural black women and pro black simps because they're fighting against the one group of men that can defeat the hell out of them. See, we already proved it in sports. Soul Provider reacts. What's going on, man? Always good to see you, brother. He said all these new fans, all of a sudden, all these people now blaming their audience for them not like KS. All the multiple super chats they have generated to uh, people's own their pockets off this. I could go on. Awaken Black Heterosexual from Kobe Bryant to KS. Black men should have gotten the message by now. Yeah, of course. I mean, really, if you could only have seen how savage I used to be. Now I know this little message right here is going to be exploitative. Oh no, not no, no, I didn't mean to. Okay, I forgot to change the other number. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yep, but we're on the road to 4K subs now. 956 to go before 4K subs. So if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make that road trip a little bit easier and a little bit shorter. But for all the real ones, I really appreciate the real ones that are here every week, every broadcast, or every other broadcast. Know that I will never ever forget you guys. Ever. Lord Ominous, SYSBM. I've been avoiding curving and distancing myself from B dubs. Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, I mean, like, sometimes, like, I just don't blame you guys. Or really, most of the times, I don't blame you guys. Because if it's ever one or two black men, then it's black men as a collective. I can't, in good conscience, tell you guys to come at, to respect and love and cherish and all this other stuff. I heard people say if you critique him now, niggas are not willing to take a flight and see you. Let's see. I mean, like I said, living or dead, people are gonna have critiques about you. But it's not even so much critique as it much is hate. I would say it is more along the lines that people who actually hate than critique. I mean, I told you the other night, and I'm gonna tell you again. So everybody reacts. Look, stay the same as you was before. Stay consistent. Indigenous TV. TVA attacked God over Kevin Samuel. Ninja went crazy on Ramil's panel. The ball driving truck ninja will catch a flight for real if someone critiques his YouTube daddy. Uh, I saw that, and he was doing that, he was doing that against the Bible Thumper, and he was up. And from what I understand, the context was he was upset because Kevin Samuels got compared to Billy Porter, which I thought was a huge and really a dumbass reach. Is and like I said the other night, emotions are running extremely high because of this. Brittany Horton, what's going on? Brittany Horton, oh, good to see you. However, catastrophic impact X-83rd power. Even Dr. Umar, who was called Kevin Samuel's rival in opposition, wrote something positive about KS passing. You know why? Because people act. Some people act different in your death as they differently than in life because some people deep down do have decency. You're gonna be more harsh to a person when they're alive than they're actually when they're dead because I mean, like I said, as much as I dislike a lot of people, I don't wish death on them. Now, Jason Black, uh, Jason Black was a very harsh KS critic, like harsher than a lot of harsher than what it making sense. But I'm gonna tell you this. Like after this, I'm probably gonna be on this for a few broadcasts, and I'm not gonna front. I wasn't like I said. I wasn't watching Kevin Samuels every broadcast, but still. Soul Provider reacts. What percentage of Black YouTube has decency? Kev, what would be your guess? For one, I would say that you are in that percentage of the decency. I would say, but Black YouTube, the percentage that I will say this, not an exact percentage, but I would probably say 15 to 20%, perhaps. I mean, and that might be an exaggeration. That might be a huge exaggeration because for those of you who don't remember me back in the day, I actually came on a broadcast one time and said I dislike 95% of black people. Indigenous TV, Hulk is well respected in this space. He's always been consistent about Kevin Samuels. TVA needs to go find his father where he's driving. Okay. Now look. I've already been like I'll say this. TVA has been cool with me thus far, and it's not just because it's not just because you know he's shown me respect, you know, and I'm quite sure. Well, I don't know what happened if me and Hulk would ever cross paths or anything like that, but you know, just like I have no reasons to be critical toward spiritual logic. I don't disagree with people 100% of the time, and I don't agree with people 100% of the time. But until you cross me in like a weird way, like the like, let me stop. Yeah, Bruce Almighty, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see you, brother. Kezoria. I hope I'm saying it right. Thanks for showing up. Peter Frank, the guy with two first names, says TBA and Tariq is a problem. Um, Again, the Gen X generation is the biggest problem in Black America today. I'm not gonna agree. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with that. But again, you have to give me some tangibles on that one. I'm a Gen Xer. The Shan, what's going on? I just started like 5% of black folks got something in common now. KT211, who is TVA? Is this content creator named the Village Arsonist. He's he kind of pushes against the grain, but it's his opinion. So I mean, people have their opinions about him. Shit, a lot of people have their opinions about me. People have opinions. People have assholes. But we got 50 in the building. If it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Look, or hit that like button. Likes are for free, and it's for the algorithm. It's for the algorithm. So, yeah, Peter Frank again. The Gen X generations keep shielding, guarding the problem. They are a con man who bloviate, pretend, and poster nonstop. Well, I'm a Gen Xer that hasn't given you that impression. I mean, shit. I'm look, and if I haven't been brutally honest, people need to feel free to say that in the chat, and I want people to be able to be comfortable with say, even though like me and you have gotten into it before, Peter Frank. I do remember that people need to be comfortable with telling me what's on their mind. I mean, I really don't do that like that in the Facebook group because people try to expound them. They try to twist up the meaning of brutally honest and try to act like you got to be an asshole, you got to be a bitch. Soul provider reacts. You're going to see more people switch up this month, and people are going to keep cashing in until the well is dry. Yeah, that's unfortunately that's the nature of folks. When they see a cash field opportunity, they will capitalize on it. But you guys, you understand how I've always spoke of Kevin Samuels. I've been pretty consistent with mine too, and I've always come from a place of why can't we? You can be critical of the man, but why can't we just be more happy for his success? And I mean, I get it. people are critical. I would much rather I would much rather people not be fake about it. Roguish Son, what's going on? It said respect to the Weekend Warrior and the whole BMBBH squad. LLTHLS. Long live the habitual line steppers. Long live, brother. Long live. Oh man. And it's been sort of wild, man. It's been sort of wild. But one thing that like I do appreciate is people's consistencies and their opinions. But let's get back to the whole gender war thing. Let's get back to the gender war thing because really, I'm tired of people using the word gender war. I'm tired of it. It really isn't the case. I think that there are a bunch of people that are just in their feeling calling it a gender war. It's not. It's a war of ideas. And it's not even a war because I don't believe that any shots have been fired. Any militias have been formed. And if it's a gender war, that means that it's all men on one side and it's all women on the other side. It's not. It's a war. But if you want to put it in the context of, it's really an argument to see who deserves more of the blame for the shortcomings that this community has obviously gone through. Then maybe it is in that sense. Man say Indigenous TV says like Melanie King, I seen better on Queen crying in a porno. She was zealous acting phony as fuck. Infinite gas like volleyball. Cold War. After this is over, we'll see a lot of content creators falling of the scene or off the scene. Here's the biggest way to solve that problem. Create your own lane. Create your own lane. No doubt. Don't don't just get in denial and try to get on the bandwagon. Cause yeah, I'm seeing a new content creator on the whole Black Manosphere's trash horizon. Have y'all heard of this content creator called the Amazing Lucas? He's doing a disagreement day right now, and in the title, it's Manosphere's trash. It's like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. We got another content creator that's got on that, has hopped on that. Shoot. RPM said he doesn't like Lucas. Let me see something real quick. See if I can plug in my mic and see if it's working again. Yeah. Dag nabbit, still, I gotta get a new mic. 0918, what's going on? Says Lucas is a disingenuous fool. I mean, I could roll with some of his content, but you know, it really taught me a lesson when I tried to comment on one of his lives. That motherfucker blocked me immediately, and I wasn't even being disrespectful. I was trying to participate in the conversation. I made one comment, block. Oh, so what you saying that he's like a discount version of Brandon Tatum? Yeah, because he was talking about politics or something. I tried to participate in it, and he just like, I guess because my name is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, I guess they didn't want to hear that. Isn't that such a triggering name, though? Just to think that, he said, why is he so obsessed with Sony, LOL? Oh, yeah, he loves Tobey Maguire's Spider Man. Say he used to be a bodybuilder. Ooh, used to be a bodybuilder. Okay, well, keep that health intact, buddy. A lot of bodybuilders are falling off the map. And I'm not making fun of the deaths of bodybuilders either. But now he's talking about manosphere is trash. It's like, okay, well, look, guys, we're going to discuss that on Monday. Let's see if I can find, because I want to say verbatim what the title is for Monday's broadcast. Yeah, the title of Monday's broadcast is How Do We Fix the Reputation of the Black Manosphere? Or Can We? Because I said this before. I was like, when this space took on a name like Manosphere, we inherited a lot of the problems of the guys who were originally being called Manosphere. You know, guys like, and the reason why I heard guys like Undead Chronic, and the reason why I heard of Undead Chronic was because of TVA. So, my suggestion is either we can work together or it's going to keep his reputation. And you're going to see a lot more people saying, fuck this space, and a lot more people trying to capitalize off of it. Now, I will tell you this. When speaking of unsub, I saw anyone knows this guy named Recognized Game. Any of you guys know that guy? He made this broadcast, and I was just like, look, I can deal with poor taste for so much. He made this broadcast say fuck Kevin Samuels, rest in piss. Recognized Game used to be a panelist on Tough Talk TV. And Tough Talk TV, it was the channel that used to be Ramil's original channel. Ramil's original channel, but he sold it to Sister George. Yeah. And then Recognized Game did this 180. So he said, fuck Kevin Samuels, rest in piss. I was like, all right. It was like, whatever. So I just unsubbed. I'm not going to even bother with this guy. It's not like I said, look, it's just like, oh my God, he talked about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels doesn't care if you talk about him, he's dead. But still, man, have some decency, brother. South Shaolin Fist Caldon. Goddamn shame black men aren't on code like black women. Yeah, like I said earlier, even the ones who want to say something to these sisters don't. A lot of that reason is because they're terrified of the backlash. They don't want to be seen as traitors. Oh, she has a vagina. I understand how she feels. You know, all that shit. LaShawn Jefferson, real question: how we rebuild reputation of black men being quality? All our true goals. One day our son will forever respect like should have been. Well, I'll discuss that. I'll discuss that on Monday. I got a couple of ideas, but I mean that's a tall order at this point. And did his TV. We roasted that Goofy when he was on Ramil's panel lying about all the things he was involved in. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing about that dude. I just wanted to hear him say this line right here. Like, once I heard him talk, I wanted to hear him say this one line. Now, who want to fuck with us? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's all I want to hear him say. And have Barrington Levy come out of damn nowhere. I'm a bad boy in the corner. Really dangerous. That's all I want to hear that nigga say. Other than that, this guy has no use to me. Yeah. Must said that accent is fake, Kev. Might be. I tell you who I tell you whose accent isn't fake. Mine. Man, I tell you the truth. I don't even sound country to me. And everybody's like, "Oh, you sound country, Kev." I'm like, "All right, whatever." Yeah, that Goofy is from Pennsylvania. Awakened black heterosexual black women are not interested in positive change with black men. They are only interested in competitive domination over black men. Yes, well, I mean, that's why there is it such a fail with the sons of black women who are like that. Because they'll try to start with their sons, and their sons go all kinds of bananas, and then next thing you know, they're in they're in prison. Him and wait a minute. Oh God, I wonder if I read that out, I get in trouble. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Him and Angry Man got them discount store New York accents. Oh man, somebody in particular need to be here for this to see you hear it. I mean, to see you have said that. You know, I ain't gonna tell on the man. Oh man, but you know what though? That statement, that statement right there speaks to what I've been talking about. We haven't been perpetuating this thing. Because let me tell you something. If black men, if we had our way, either one or two things would happen. Ultimately, we are like a lot of us. Ultimately, a lot of us would rather have the respect than the constant vitriol. That's number one. That's number one. The other way is to separate completely. Do what we want to do. Go find us a nice little Latina, Asian, uh, Caucasian woman, or even a black woman that is feminine and nice and agreeable. If we had our way, I would believe that it would be only one of two ways. But I don't believe that we would just be all over black women case. Y'all ain't shit, y'all bitches, without them really doing anything to earn that kind of shit vitriol. Because one thing that I don't understand is a lot of these women that be all over social media like that, they got dads, they got brothers, and I wonder if they would tell their. And I know that sounds like what B Dub say about what black men say. Write it down and give it to your mother. And believe me, I wish I could write it down to give it to my mother, but I couldn't do it if I wanted to. My mother knew how I felt. And that's one thing that people do not understand. A lot of things she when she was living, she wished I didn't feel, but at the same time, she knew she couldn't stop me from saying it. She knew that I was a very outspoken person. She knew it. She knew it. She, and I'll tell you one thing about my mother: she didn't want a soft son. She didn't want a son. She wanted. She told me this when I was right before I left high school. She said that I just want you to be honest and honorable. I don't know if she knew what she was saying at the time, but I've done my best to be those two things. And I knew that the honesty would be that would come with a price because our people like to be lied to. Our people like to be schmoozed, as I say. We like to be lied to. We want everybody to tell us that everything is okay, that everything that we do is perfectly acceptable, even if we're doing harm to each other. And that is not the way life works. It just isn't. My mother don't like those B words either. My mother actually told my father, and my father told me this, and my father told me this, and my mother never told me this. My mother was like, if Kevin went out and got a white woman, and they always default to white women. They never say Asian. They never say Hispanic. If he went and got a white woman, I wouldn't blame him. And this was like late 90s. Dr. Thunder, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Paying my respects. RIPKS. You know when that woman wrote that article about the black manosphere? I was really shocked that Dr. Thunder's name was in that article. Because Dr. Thunder's not crazy. He's not. He's not extreme. And as calm as I am, I would say I was more extreme than he was. I don't get it, but I mean, okay, I guess that goes with the territory of being a black man. Cortez Smith, Patricia Coley says, but you sound like Kwame Brown. Nothing wrong with that. But, definitely shout out to you guys. Like I said, you guys have shown me nothing but respect, except for the occasional troll. Said B Dub stock went down even more after these couple of days. Yeah, that's going to be the subject matter for tomorrow night. I said this a while back. If people know they got one foot in hell, they will say and do anything. They will. They don't care. They've already messed up their lives. Not all. Not all. I mean, for real. How would you act if you knew you already had one foot in hell? But I was supposed to ask y'all that tomorrow night, so let's save that. But the gent, like, somebody told me today, I ain't gonna even say who it was, but it's a content creator. They told me that KS could have put an end to the gender war. I was like, huh? Are you fucking serious? How was this man like damn? First you're telling first this person was saying telling everybody that you lost your daddy, you lost your daddy, and then he was like, well, he could have put a stop to the gender war. That motherfucker don't owe you shit. Don't owe any of us shit. Cortez Smith, Brad doesn't like them. Now Brad's making streams about how black women are attacking Kevin. Well, you're talking about Rolo Tomasi and Adam 22. Brad does not accept traitors. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. They believe that hatred of black men are going to get them white men. That's their way of pandering. But I mean, shoot, them dudes can see that shit too. Just like when Dennis Sperling, as Indigenous TV refers to as the Mexican lawyer, like when he was debating that girl, whatever that girl's name. Like I was actually friends with that girl on Facebook. She was wearing a Confederate flag mask, like she was gonna catch COVID talking to her computer. Like you're only doing that because you're only doing that you think because white men are gonna look at you like, oh my god, she hates black men too. Ooh, I better go get her. Like, no, it wasn't her. 0918, it wasn't her. Even though she be all in Cohen Nanick's comments. Anthony Drosso said those divestors keep forgetting us mixed kids are still seen as black. Yeah, yeah. And I try to do is and people don't understand why I've tried to do like why I attempt to do this is like I show mixed kids empathy because they have to take it from both sides. You can speak better on that than me because, whites always see the black in them and then blacks see the white in them. Kenny McBear, peace, bro. She be wanting to tomahawk Ka. Indigenous TV. Middle Eastern women are getting into the game as well. We forget about Fatima and Mir. You know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw a TikTok video of a Middle Eastern woman twerking with veil on and all. And I mean, she had something back there too. I was like, wow, is that why they cover up? But Kenny McBear, this is my first time seeing you, so um, yeah, I hope you're subbed. Shoot, it wouldn't be the worst decision you ever made. And they're not going to Red Planet Photography, and they're not going to. Chad Wheeler almost beat a black woman to death. And there was a story I missed about. Like I missed the window on doing that story about that one that got set on fire by her white boyfriend, and he forgave her anyway. Oh, Jason Pope. Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember the YouTuber. Okay, so Kenny McBear. Okay, that's cool, man. I got to do some more convincing for you. I mean, just once you what but Shoot, I wouldn't mind if you did. Yeah, but who remembers that? Who remembers that content creator that said that it's black men's fault that Jason Paul had access to black women? I was like, no, that's not black men's fault. Indigenous TV says black women are too busy worried about Becky and not watching other groups of women closing in fast. You know what I used to say? I said, while black women are worried about white women, they need to worry about their biggest adversary, other black women. Like I said, other black women are black women's biggest adversaries, especially in the game of especially in the game of dating. I've read it doesn't matter if you spell a name wrong. She can be a moron for all I care. But I guess that was one of the ones that did it. But I wasn't necessarily talking about her. But I think I do remember her saying something about it. Man said, "Say it ain't so bad, man." Yeah. Let's see. Hold on one second. See if there's a significant comment I missed. Oh, I didn't even shout out to Patricia Coley. Oh yeah, I did. I read that comment she said about Kwame Brown. What's going on, D. Scott? Patricia Coley. Actually, they need to be worried about getting rid of all this obesity. You know, that's the main reason why they saying that old boy Cass deserved to die because he was telling women that they were fat. I was like, huh? That's it. Kev, have you seen Single White Female? You could have easily made that with a black woman and a white woman. That's an interesting point. But they made this movie called Single Black Female on Lifetime, and um, I watched one of Platinum Elite Stream a while back, and he was talking about that movie. And I still don't like. I still really haven't seen him be a simp. Maybe I haven't watched enough of his streams or whatever. But like, y'all be pretty hard on the dude. I mean, well, some of you. I never really seen y'all talk about Platinum too much. But he was talking about like, Single Black Female was one of them films like The Color Purple. This female empowerment. There were no good black men in the film. Whoever wrote that was coming from a hurt place. Yeah. But can you imagine single white female being made with a black woman who probably had the same facial structure, but she was getting like white hair weave, skin lightening cream. Man, if only I could conjure up the harshness I used to have back in the day. Boy, you said Platinum B Troller. He's actually red pill on the low. Well, I mean, nothing wrong with being red pill on the high. Man, he just said what I said, getting the same hairstyle as a white woman. And I was just sitting out there like I didn't hesitate. I used to tell the female to get on a treadmill. I said, get on a treadmill. I ought to jump on your back with a sandwich at the end of a fishing pole. Your ass to be running then. And I mean like it wasn't like I was saying these things for nothing. They used to be like They used to give me some shit about how I used to view things. Hitman J. B Dubs really hate each other. That's why they ignore when Black Brad killed one of them. Only thing they got in common and can agree on is black man hate. Let me tell y'all something for real, in this whole gender war thing. If I actually came to YouTube and I started shitting on the brothers, not to say that I have a bigger following, but man, there'll be so many of them watching this right now. But the reason why I couldn't and wouldn't ever be able to do something like that is because it would be very disingenuous on my part. It would be too disingenuous. I wouldn't mean it. I'm not a great actor. You know, I can admit my weak. I can admit my weaknesses. You know, not too many of them mentally, and and a little bit physically. Because I mean, if anything that a person's death taught me is, and a person's death always teaches me is that I have to take care of myself and I have to stay in shape. If I don't stay in shape, then my time could be coming very soon. And we know not the time nor the hour. Shoot, I had a homie die at 36 years old. One of the saddest things that I had ever experienced. Cause I had known that guy ever since he was 6. We called each other brothers, but he wasn't that much of a gym rat. And I mean, like, I don't know if he had gotten into some things that that took him out or what, but at the same time, I haven't I have till this day to ask his mother how he died, because I just like my homie's gone, and I just don't I just don't see how he died as important. All that matters to me is he's gone, and I wish I could speak to him one more time. It's just that's what happens when a friend dies. You know, you always wish that you had that one more chance to speak to that person. So, and I mean, like, I've been a little lacking in the workouts lately. I mean, shit, I'm not doing anything but getting older. I'm not getting younger. So, oh man, but I do drink a lot of water. Indigenous TV, Fatal Attraction is another one. That's actually more in line with reality. A lot of B dubs are white dude side chick trying to replace the white wife. I'm not going to be ignored, Dan. Yeah, 36 is young. It's quite shocking to me. Yeah, I was sad about that one for a while. Yeah, still, I miss the dude, man. He was one of the funniest dudes I ever known. Yeah, 53 is young also. Yeah, let me try to get back on track, and then I might have to go ahead and put this one in the sunset. And let's see. Hopefully, I can get my mic working again. Yeah, but tomorrow night is one foot in hell. Remember that. Indigenous TV said, I drank water and went vegan. Went from 240 to 192. How is that vegan thing, by the way? Like, is it that is it really that bad? Can you really find good tasting food being vegan? Is it really eating plant burgers? You know, is it tough? Cause cause see, as far as the furthest I probably end up going is pescatarian. Like I have a cousin that's pescatarian. He's always been a guy that has been in very good shape, but he decided to go pescatarian. And, pescatarian is eating fish. Patricia Coley says vegan is excellent. Oh, mm. So I mean, I would have to, of course, do more research, but I mean, for the things that I've been hearing about red meat, like butchers will, they'll find cyst in their red meat and they'll cut around it and sell it anyway. That's pretty gross. Like imagine this. Imagine cutting into a steak and then you hit this bubble and pus fall out of it. Keto diet. What about a keto diet hybrid? Uh, yeah, I heard of keto diets. I heard that keto diets. Yeah, Toya, what's going on, Toya? I'm sad that Toya's channel got sniped the other night. That one right there. Her channel got porn bombed. Like she let somebody up on the panel and then they played porn on her. They played porn on her thing and YouTube took it away and wouldn't forgive her. So guys, whenever I think Toya started a new channel, so whenever she starts streaming, I'm gonna community tab it and just let's go ahead and get her channel back up there. Because Toya's like Toya's like a younger sister, I would say. You know, she, yeah, she's here in this space because of me. So, like she stated the other night, she found my channel through Kevin Samuels, and she's been a gift to have around ever since. So when she does start streaming, I would definitely start putting her in my community tab again, and I want you guys to offer her support. She's one of the good ones. I know that there's a lot of, and I mean, just not even sugarcoated bitches out there. I know it is, but Toya is definitely not one of those. And this is strong quote fingers, bitches. She's not. So she's real cool. So let's help her grow another channel. And what's going to happen with that channel, Toya, is that channel is going to be bigger and stronger than last time. So we're gonna help you get up there. But yeah. Anyway, so ultimately, who I blame for this gender war, and I know that black women do feel a certain kind of way every time like black women are criticized for something, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta be brutally honest. The ones I blame for the gender war are black women. I blame them for keeping it up. I blame them for keeping it going. I blame them for it even starting. Now I know that's the B and SBE, but let's keep it real with each other. Let's keep it real with each other. Black men are perpetuating this. And like I said earlier, if black men had our way, it wouldn't even be that way. It really wouldn't. And in more ways than one, we wouldn't have it that way. There are lots of black men, however, that feel like that we have to clear the air with everyone. We do. I really wish that it didn't have to for myself. Because y'all have to understand, as a man with a daughter, I'm to the point where I'm getting really concerned. And it's not because of the males, it's because of the females. I don't want my daughter picking up on that kind of evil, on that kind of demonic logic. I don't. And it doesn't, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth, it does not have to be any of your concern. The responsibility is on me, the worry is on me. I don't want to, it would be a cool thing to get some help with that. But I mean, I'm the only one that's supposed to be responsible for that. Oh man. And thank you for whoever subbed to me. I've gained 2 subs since this broadcast has opened up. So you're making my road to 4K subs a little easier. Yeah. Yeah. And let me tell y'all something. Every everybody wants a big channel who comes up here. These dudes that try to play hard and say it doesn't matter how many I have on my channel. Now they're lying. But really, I would say this is not how big your channel is for real. It's not how many subs you got. It's not how many live viewers you have or how many people you actually have watching your videos. It's none of that. Is if your message is genuine or not. And I know I kind of do give props to the people in my audience, especially to the content creators. But like, if you guys like in RPM, go ahead and drop the link to your channel. Hey, I wonder, like, I'm gonna check you out. Have you reached 1 million views yet? Like, RPM is close to 1 million views. Like, RPM is like very genuine, and he pulls no punches. So I would really like for you guys to really check that man's channel out. But if you can, RPM, can you drop the link to your channel, please, so people can so people can know that I'm not lying about your content. Not the same RPM. What? Damn, I thought you were content. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I really thought you were the same RPM. Ooh. So you're the one that's genuine to my channel. Oh, okay. Oh man. Oh man, well, I mean, good to have you here anyway. Shoot, do you even have a channel? I feel so foolish. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see what. Oh, look, somebody got mad because yeah, okay. Time for me to boot someone else from the group. What's up, social media? Yeah, yeah. Just one second. What's going on? Ooh, just one moment. Ooh, I just got called an incel. Ooh. People love using white boy words against black men, especially one. Indigenous TV said Robert De Niro almost lost his life trying to wife a 304 who told him she didn't love him. People have no decency. They just don't. They just don't. Kev, you're an incel. Yeah, married one. Son of a bitch. But yeah, listen up, guys. Yeah, RPM. I'm gonna look you up on Facebook, man, and Twitter. My nephew said something about me getting on Twitter, but I still don't know because Black Twitter, like, I don't know. I just still don't. I still don't embrace. I still don't embrace Black Twitter. I think that it's a cesspool. I just think that it's I don't judge everybody black on Twitter, but from what I see on Black Twitter, there is a disgusting place. RPM says they still going at it with me on FB. Posted my kid. I'm Royal Prince Majestic on both. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Royal Prince Majestic, but they're saying that what they posting your kid? Yeah, they'll post anybody. Let me tell y'all something, man. They have a picture of my wife floating around, and they still try to use that picture. I'm like, well, shit, she's married and happy, shit, motherfucker. I don't know. You must have a private account because I just typed in Royal Prince Majestic, but shoot, I don't know. Just sometime, whenever you get the chance, Premium Network, you got a Shipyard link. You mean StreamYard link? Premium Network, man, you ain't been here in a long time. You ain't been here a long man. God damn, it's good to see you though, man. It's been like a year. But RPM, That's the kind of shit that they will do, man. That's the kind of shit they'll do. They'll post your family members. All these people that sit up here and claim like, oh, you don't, oh, you don't like the, you don't like black women, but then the first thing they do is attack a black woman that's close to you, or a black man. If I don't, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I posted my kid trying to prove a point. I shouldn't agree with Kevin because I'm raising a little girl. But Kevin Samuels didn't hate black women though. Like they feel like truth is hate. Is sickening. Royale Prince Majestic. Oh, okay. Okay. Boom, found you. Royale Prince Majestic. Like right under there it said your mother. Like you got it to where can't nobody send you a request. Let me message. Let me message. I'm gonna say it's me, BMBBH, Kev. Okay. Yeah, I just sent you a message. Shoot. Social media, their logic is illogical. He said, "Don't even try to chew the BS they serve." Huh. You want to ask me a question about KS? Oh, okay. Okay, let me. Okay. All right. Copy and paste. All right. There you go, premium. All right. What's
Hey,
up?
what is the deal? What's going on, brother?
Yeah, shoot. What's up, man? Ask me the question.
Cool. I'll make this quick. I heard this from another YouTuber and everything. I wanted to get your opinion on it because when I heard it, it just had me, think. I mean, I don't like to put a group of people all in one box, but it kind of like really almost made me do that when I heard this from another YouTuber, right? So, um, this person said that when Ted Bundy, right, was going through trial for murder, well, for all those strings of serial murders that he did, right?
Yeah.
Like white women was like throwing their underwear at him, trying to get him to marry them, and real fans of like Ted Bundy when he was going through trial, right? But when Kevin Samuels transitioned, right, all the black women was all throwing dirt on his name and trying to like kick dirt on him while he's not even here. And I want to get your thoughts on that because to me that's really crazy. It really makes me ask a question like why is that? I want to get your opinion on that.
Why is that? Because people don't like the truth. Especially B dubs. They do not like the truth. Um, they and they're the ones that came on this show asking him all those questions. And, I guess he was supposed to lie to him. And what I can tell you is, as a black man, if you tell any of them the truth, they're going to hate you for it.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe would you think that maybe because Robitussin doesn't taste good, but you get that Children's Tylenol, the grape flavor joint, it might taste a little bit, but so I don't know. But then again, like, the harsh medicines usually work the best, so
Yeah, yeah, it does. I mean, like, let me tell you something. A lot of my sexual exploits with women before I got married, I was completely honest with them. I was completely honest, but you have to understand we're dealing in some very strange and horrible times. They like I was talking to somebody about Kevin Samuels today. They was like, he didn't hear about Kevin Samuels till everybody was, talking about him, and they was talking about him like he was Satan himself. And when he checked out the videos and the content for himself, he didn't see anything as to any in the effect of what they were talking about.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and basically they was talking about him like they said, like he was the devil himself, and all he was basically telling you is if you're overweight, if you have multiple kids by multiple dudes, it's unrealistic for you to get a high value man or want a high value man. You need to get, if you're an average woman, you should be happy getting an average man.
Well, you know what? It's not even Kevin Samuels. I remember when Lizzo was, somewhat famous, right?
Yeah.
And this white fitness TV. She's one of those DVD fitness trainers type chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like she was, I wouldn't say criticizing Lizzo, but like giving her 2 cents on Lizzo and
Jillian
her music.
Michaels. That's what you're
Right.
talking about.
Okay, cool. And she was like making a point, like, yeah, it's cool to be yourself, but it's not cool to lose a foot due to diabetes. And like, it's not just Kevin. It's anybody who like points out the obvious, and saying, hey, what you're doing is bad. Like, even if you look at this whole Roe versus Wade thing that's going on, I'm not trying to stir away from the topic, but you know, people like to do what they want to do, and at this point, I mean, we talking about B dubs, like things things like this doesn't really surprise me, you know. I mean, they're gonna say the darndest things, man, and like you can't really change their mind at this point because like you have your own opinion, you have your own thoughts. When you go right, when everybody's going left, they're always gonna look at you different, and like I mean, it's nothing really to even be bothered by or ashamed by because honestly, like this stuff happens every day, whether it's on the news, whether it's down the street, at work. Like you can't ever have certain conversations at work, being honest. With certain coworkers, especially women coworkers, because like you can't say certain things. You can't really speak your mind, let alone speak the truth. So that's my whole thought on it. What I'm saying, I wouldn't even be this all in the uproar about what they think, because at the end of the day, like who really cares what they think? What I'm saying? Kev is in a better place wherever he is, what I'm saying? And like, I mean, they're the ones who was calling him up, waiting on that long line, getting rated, getting you know, on that 1 to 10 scale. They was one calling them up and everything. But I mean, let their boss, say something. The people that, write their checks, let them say something, man. They gonna, show up to work tomorrow, man. They know who to play with, who not to play with, man. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The one they can't play with, those are the ones that, they kind of go in their little enclaves and their little group chats and war rooms and try to act like the dude is the devil himself, and I'm sure you have experienced this. If you're not kissing their asses, then they act like they hate you.
No, I tell, listen, man, like, look, I like black women, man, but I mean, just like, I'll tell you a quick little story, man. As a kid, I'm black, and I don't really like to use the word black because I'm not a color. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in the whole because the Asian community, they don't go by the yellow community, they go by Asian community. But us as a people, we go by black, we go by color. I don't know why, but again, I'm not trying to stay away from the topic. But as a kid growing up, I always wondered, like, how come most of our women wear weaves and wigs, and all the other races of girls and women, they don't really do that, you know. And it just always kind of like crushes me, like always make me scratch my head to the point where it's like growing up as a kid, you know, I seen all the older relatives, and you know they do certain things different than other different races of women, and you know, and they make it sound like, you know, if you don't date us, if you don't, you know, marry us or date us, and saying like then you a coon and all this BS and stuff like that, and it's like, you know, it just like you just like kind of like shaming me to like you at this point, you know, like you kind of making me feel like, oh, because since my mom drives a Buick, you should drive a Buick too because that's what your mom drove. But it's like, bro, like there's so many other cars. Like, they got Mercedes out there, Benzes. You know, they got, you know, there's some nice looking Buicks out there, but you know, I'm a Range Rover type of dude, you know. So it's all about my choices, you know, and like, you know, black women they see, you know, a black man and a black woman holding hands walking down the street, they get in their feelings, but they see two men kissing and holding hands down the street, though they thought them a parade, you know. So I just don't at this point I don't even really, you know, trip over it, you know.
Yeah, man. But I would say the way to deal with it is to just be unapologetic because
Yeah,
they're going to come at you anyway, and
right, that's true.
yeah. I mean, don't change for shit. And that's exactly what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna change for anything. It's just is you know if you tell them the truth, if you tell them the truth, you're going to be disliked anyway. Like, the kind of jobs I used to work on, I used to have women talking shit and all the other shit, and I used to tell them the truth. If you want to sit there but I was an asset to my workplaces, so I don't recommend everybody do that.
Right. I feel it. I feel it. You know, right now I'm still trying to get into trucking. Trying to get into it next year. I got a lot of things I got to take care of this year, but you know, I'm just tired of working for women and having women bosses. You know, because I just, you know, I'm just tired of that. Man, I'm trying to get out of that for real.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just want to touch bases on you, man. I'm not sure how could be time. I know you got, you know, plenty of things to do. You know, so
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. And and it really is good to see you again, man. Like seriously, like, like people are busy and, trying to work on trying to get their stuff in order. So, I do get, but
yeah,
it was just saying like, wow, I haven't really seen this guy in a minute, it was really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, man, I've been busy. Like, I got my own apartment. This is my third apartment in 2 years. You know, my first two apartments burnt down, and you know, I lost 140 pounds in 4 months, and I'm getting ready to pass this DOT physical in the next few months. You know, so I'm like I said, I'm really trying to get into trucking because I'm trying to build something. Because I told myself, you know, I'm 28 right now. Like I want to start a family like in the next 8 years, you know, when I'm 33, 35ish, you know. So I'm
Okay.
trying to get myself in position for that. Right now I'm single, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, change my ways and change my ways of thinking, you know. And just been working on myself. I work two jobs, you know, so I'm trying to save up money, getting into trucking. I was thinking about getting my CNA, but at trucking, like you can make 100,000 or better a year. So that's what I'm trying to aim for.
Yeah, 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 man. Look. My biggest piece of advice to you is to work on becoming the best version of yourself. Period. Don't let anyone stop you.
Definitely, definitely, man. Like I just saving up a lot of money and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely getting there, man. I'm almost there, man. The year is almost over because it's gonna be June in like 3 weeks. So yeah, man. I'm just at work right now. I'm about to probably get back to work in a few minutes, man. But I just wanted to check in, man. You know, shed my 2 cents and everything. But thank you though.
Word. No problem. No problem, man. I will never try to steer you wrong, man. Like, you are a black man, even though you say you don't identify with the color like that, but it's just that
I get
it's
it.
it's the most familiar identifier that we over here in the diaspora have. So I
Right.
mean, it's whether you accept it or not, and I get it that you accept that you identify with us. I'm always gonna tell you what's best, man. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna fill you up with shit that you want to hear, but isn't truthful. Is like you said, all that stuff you just said, man. I'm with it. Um, will be the best version of yourself, man, and always work to improve. And as far as starting a family, take your time with that, man, because your balls work until the day you die.
Yes. Yes. Hey, I don't know why. I love being a man. I can't. I don't want to switch up. Y'all can switch up if you want, man. I can't do all that, man. That's just whew,
Well,
not
I
me.
mean, I haven't switched up. I haven't switched up ever since I've been on social media. I've always been consistent, and it's not that other people say I'm consistent. I believe I'm consistent, but
No,
if
I'm not talking about that type of switching. I'm talking about switching up, like going to a doctor and get a medical procedure to switch up. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying
oh man, oh
to.
that switch up.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't switching up. I ain't trading in my baseball for a dollhouse. I ain't doing all that, man. I ain't, nah, nah. I'm cool with all that. But yeah, like I said, I am taking my time. Like I said, man, I'm still single. I'm just working on me, man. I work like 80 plus hours a week. I'm just trying to save up my money and get the trucking next year. When I first started going into trucking, I was really naive because I thought you could just go there and get your license and start trucking. But nah, like you gotta pass a physical. And at that part, I wasn't really at my healthiest. I had to get a CPAP machine, and well, as I was looking for a sleep study doctor, COVID happened. I'm sorry, well, the seed thing happened. I don't know. I don't want to get your channel, red flags or anything like that. But yeah, that happened, and yeah, it took like 9 to 11 months for me to get a sleep study and get my CPAP machine, and so then that was in 2020. So I won't be behind the big wheel until like 2023. But I'm gonna go to Swift though. I'm not gonna pay out of pocket for my trucking school like I did last time. Because I think I made a mistake. Because when I went into it, I was really naive. I didn't know the ins and outs. I was just green, really very very green, and I didn't really know what to do or how to do it. But now I do. So now I'm about to go ahead and attack it while I'm still young.
Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do it while you're still young. You're fresh and you're spry and you have the energy. you know. Yeah. So that's it, man. You're saying all good stuff, man. You seem focused.
Yeah, I have to be, man. I have to be. Well, I just said, I know you got a busy night. I don't know what time it is over here. It's at 9:46 at night, so it might be like 11 over there. But yeah, man, I'll definitely tune into your channel a little bit more because I just been off of YouTube for a while. But it's nice to talk to you, man. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. It's good, man. And I mean, keep doing you, man. Keep doing whatever you can to further yourself. Yeah, man. So I mean, yeah. So yeah. Listen up, guys. It's been 2 hours and in 10 minutes, and it's most of us, we're a lot of us, I would say, are trying to wake up and just to go and take our moms our gifts and the flowers that we got her and say happy Mother's Day. Some of us have wives that we procreated with, so that's how we're celebrating Mother's Day. And I'll be looking up and saying to my mother, I hope you're looking down and not, you know, not too, not saying like, what the hell this dude doing or whatever. But yeah, look, I know somebody's mother is gonna have a tough time dealing tomorrow as she's been the past couple days, and that's Kevin Samuel's mother. You know, so just if you believe in prayer, send a couple prayers to her. If you don't, then just wish for the best. But anyway, I'm gonna end this one. I know I probably spent more time talking to you guys than the actual topic, but you guys are coolish. You guys are coolest fans out there. Cool as a fan, and I really appreciate you guys' presence. So, oh, what up, Greg and Aaron Anderson? Thank you for tuning in, and Blue True One, uh, definitely, and please hit the like video. Please hit the like button. It's for the algorithm. And, if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Uh, yeah. And guess what? I guess, I go ahead and start this up again. Shit, I actually got a dislike. So y'all know what happens when that happens.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze. Damn.
Shoot. What was there to dislike about this broadcast? But anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys tune in tomorrow night. Kev, Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Um, Look, long live the habitual line steppers. I'm gonna win. We're gonna win. Till the next time. Peace.